Hi there, I'm Joe Tye from Values Coach, and this is a special message for the leadership at Bear Valley Community Healthcare District. Oh, and a special hi to Aaron and Eva who joined us in New Orleans. And in this short video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do and how we do what we do at Values Coach. First, we have an underlying set of insights that guide our work. Insight number one. We talk about changing culture, but culture does not change unless and until people change. Because culture is shaped by the collective attitudes and behaviors of the people who work at the organization. If nobody's willing to change, if everybody looks around and says, problem somebody else, you can have all sorts of programs of the month, give everybody a pep rally and a book, nothing will change. People have to have the courage to look in the mirror and say, I could do better. Insight number two. In order to get people to change, to inspire people to change, you have to give them new tools and you have to show them how, based on their values, it's in their interest to make those changes. And number three, begin with the end in mind, but understand that you can't start with the end in mind. So for example, you want to work on patient satisfaction, you want to work on safety, on quality, on financial performance. You have to understand that all those things are profoundly affected by culture. That is the underlying cause. And so we have a four-step approach when we work with organizations. Step number one is assess. We have multiple tools we use to understand your culture, to understand how your people perceive your culture, to see what's strong about it, to see what needs to be changed about it. And we give you a report and say, here are our recommendations. Step number two, we call inspire. You've got to get people to see that personal benefit for making those changes I just mentioned. So we do a 3-day event where the first day is an all-day leadership retreat, and the subsequent days we try to reach everybody in the organization with a 90-minute program, a presentation on, number one, why a culture of ownership is beneficial for you to participate in, and two, how do you become a stronger, better person. But in order to make it not a program of the month, just a pep rally, step three is to engage. And that's where we have our course on personal values. See, I mentioned earlier that people will not change unless it's guided by their values. The problem is most of us have not thought clearly about what our values are and how those values can be reflected in our day-to-day behaviors. And that's why we created the 12 Core Action Values, a 60-module course on values-based life and leadership skills. And as Eva and Aaron know, having gone through that course at Children's Hospital New Orleans, it is a very intensive look at your own personal values and how you could be not just a better employee, but a better parent, a better citizen, a better human being. And then finally, our fourth step is sustain, so that it's not just a program of the month. How do we make sure that we've had a permanent and positive impact on your culture? And we have multiple tools for that, culminating with you applying for and hopefully receiving our Inspired Award for Values and Culture Excellence. It's never been more important and more challenging to make sure that we get healthcare right. And if you don't get culture right, you're not going to get the rest of it right. So I wish you the very best, and anything I can do to help you in getting culture right, you know how to reach us. Thank you.